Welcome back to the channel, everyone. At long last, I've got some track day content. It's been just over 2 years since I was last on track. That was with the old car. I've just been to Donington Park with the new 420. First time at Donington, first time on track with the new car, first time on slicks. There's lots of firsts going on. So I thought I'd do a bit of a warts and all debrief, go over everything that happened during the day, the good bits, the bad bits. There'll be chapter points below, so you can skip through any of this if you want to. All good. Yeah, I thought I'd kick off with this little time lapse of me unloading the car, which actually turned out to be the first problem I'd have of the day. Because of the sort of the angle that everything was parked at, I couldn't get the car off the trailer without it grounding out on the bell housing at the back of the trailer. So yeah, at 7:30 in the morning, I'm trying to problem solve this, and that was not ideal. But anyway, eventually got it off the trailer, and you know, it was all happy days. The weather, absolutely fantastic. I'd managed to book it fairly last minute to try and guarantee some good weather. I really didn't want my first time on track with this car to be in the wet, and I wanted to try out the slicks, of course, as well. So yeah, the car was all prepared, all good to go. It had been tweaked and fettled over the last sort of week or two beforehand. So yeah, it was in tip-top condition. So this is me rolling out on slicks at this point. I've done all the sighting laps, and yeah, just trying to. I just need to get a feel for what the tyres are like to start with. And I mean, the short of the long is they're pretty amazing. They are definitely next level. There is much more grip compared to the cut slick. So previously I was running the Avon ZR tyres, and now I'm on the Avon slicks. I think the main difference, I mean, it's not surprising there's more grip because there should be, right? But I think the main difference is there's much more grip under braking. You can brake an awful lot later and much harder as well. But yeah, I think despite that, you might pick up in some of the onboard footage, I am underdriving the car a little bit. Maybe I'm at 7/10 with it, something like that. And it's largely because of the fear of damaging it and making mistakes, particularly at Donington, which is not somewhere that I've driven in real life before. There isn't a lot of runoff, right? You've got grass or gravel or both. There's no tarmac runoff, not somewhere like Silverstone where you can really afford to push the boundaries a bit and make mistakes. So I always had that in my head, but nonetheless, the first time on slicks was brilliant, and the car just, it's cliche, but it just came alive, and I was feeling pretty invincible, I'll be honest, which was probably a bit of a distraction. And at the second time of asking at this corner, I totally missed the braking point, didn't brake hard enough, and this happened. Not ideal, but it could have been a lot worse. I gave myself a pretty severe telling off after that. In every track day briefing you'll go to, they always tell you start slow and build up speed, and they tell you that because it's great advice, and I completely forgot that. And as I said, I was feeling quite invincible on the slick tyres. So yeah, I should have known better. It's a bit embarrassing really, but these things happen. It could have been worse, and at the end of the day, the car is built to go on track. It's built to be used properly, and that's what I want to do with it. So it is what it is. Thankfully, no real damage to speak of. A tiny bit of gravel rash, but most of it polished out. A couple of stone chips, but it was all really low on the left hand side of the car, all kind of below the line of the stripes down the side. So it really not too bad, and I think the main damage was just to my pride really. But I wasn't the only one making mistakes. There were other people having issues as well. Cars ending up in the gravel like these two, cars spinning in front of me like this MX-5 and the Atom that you're about to see. Yeah, it happens. It's the perfect place to push boundaries and figure out your car a bit, so it's all good. So I'm going to share 3 laps now. The first is the fastest lap I recorded on the day, which was a 1 minute 16.27, which is okay. I mean, it's some way below what the car will do. A 420 race car, I think the lap record is a 1 minute 11 around Donington National. That will have been with some tow, but either way, I think the car really should be capable of a 113 or maybe even better. So there's a bit of work to do on my end for that. But anyway, here's that lap. See what you think. I think the biggest area I'm losing time is having to brake for craners. That should be flat out in 6th gear pushing 120 miles an hour, but I didn't have the confidence on a turn in, and I didn't want to risk going wide or going straight on and ending up on the grass or worse. But the neat thing with the V-Box is you can load all of your sessions into circuit tools and it will create your ideal lap, created from all of your best sectors from all of your sessions throughout the whole day. And it's done that for me, and that comes out at a 1 minute 14.58, which is a bit more respectable. That's not bad. So this lap is going to look a little bit weird because it is multiple sectors stitched together. So for instance, we're following a BMW to start with, but that will just magically disappear. If only it was that easy in real life. But yeah, this is the quickest ideal lap that I managed to do. So as you can probably tell from that, I was just generally driving the car a bit harder. A lot of those sectors were from later on in the day, and I was getting back into the swing of it and building confidence as you do. The last lap I'm going to share is probably one of my better laps overall in terms of quality of driving. I was pushing the car pretty hard by this point. It was towards the end of the day. Unfortunately, it was kind of balked by traffic at the end, and it would have been the fastest lap I recorded, but hey ho, right? So this is probably one of my better laps. Okay, so now I've used the new car on track, what do I think? Well, it's really good, which shouldn't come as a massive surprise. It's not scrappy in the old car, it's much more measured, I think, which is an odd thing to say about a Caterham with a sequential gearbox in it, but the way it delivers the performance is more grown up, more refined. That's mostly the engine. It's obviously got a lot more torque, and the gearing isn't as short, so it's not such a frantic kind of driving experience. The handling and the grip is just brilliant. I was not really sure what to expect with the race dampers and 250-pound springs on slicks. The race cars run a 350-pound spring with the slicks, so there was an amount of body roll, but that's not really too much of an issue. It's loading up the tyres nicely, and it's very well balanced currently, extremely balanced under braking as well. So it was really kind of approachable with the handling. You can really kind of push it without fear of it doing something silly or snapping on you under brakes, anything like that. So it's really, really good from that point of view. And you can get on power on corner exit so early. There is just so much grip there. It's really, really good fun to drive. Yeah. And the gearbox is really, really good when it's good, but occasionally I had issues with misshifting, and at that point it was getting quite frustrating. Part of that is me learning to use it properly and being really positive with the shifts, but also there was actually a configuration issue with the software for the ECU for the gearbox, so I've subsequently made some fixes to that, made some changes which should hopefully cure the issue, if not make a massive improvement. So we'll find out next time. And speaking of issues, you might have noticed on the videos that sometimes there's a delay where it recognises that the gear has changed, particularly going into fourth or fifth, and that's part of the issue that I had. So that should be fixed. The other weird thing that the V-Box did was record a 13-second lap, if only, right? But that unfortunately meant that all of the delta values and the fastest lap thing was kind of messed up. So we'll fix that for next time. Not a huge deal. Otherwise, the car was really good. It had a problem with the diff overflowing out of the breather. That's being fixed. That's being fixed at the moment, actually. And you might also spot in the video where I'm braking. Sometimes I've still got a fairly significant amount of throttle on as well, and I was having problems with just simply overlapping both pedals, particularly when the brake pedal had gone a little bit long. After corners you get pad knock off, pad knock back. So again, that's something that will be sorted out, fingers crossed, for next time. But on the whole, fantastic day out. Brilliant car. you can't really ask for much more. It's a fantastic toy, and I'm extremely lucky and privileged to be able to enjoy it. So I think, yeah, with those few tweaks to be made, improvements with the car, next time should be even better. Next time will hopefully be at a track I've been to before, which will mean I can really make a good comparison with the old car. But that will be coming very soon. So if you're still watching, still listening, thank you very much for sticking with it to the end. I really appreciate it. If you've got any questions or comments, just leave them below and I'll reply. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one very soon. Thanks for watching.